August 1945. In less than a second, the world crossed a line it could never return from. A single flash, brighter than the sun. A wave of heat, hot enough to melt steel and vaporize human bodies instantly. A city gone, not damaged, not defeated, erased. Tens of thousands of lives ended in a moment. But this isn't just the story of destruction. It's the story of a choice, a decision made by humans that still echoes today. Because one question has never been answered. Was it necessary, or was it something far darker? To understand the atomic bomb, you have to understand fear. During World War II, war wasn't only fought with guns and tanks. It was fought with ideas, with science, with secrets. Because physicists had discovered something terrifying. The atom could be split. And in that split, there was energy beyond imagination. The fear that Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany might build this weapon first, a bomb that could end entire cities in seconds. If that happened, the war would be over. So the race began, not for victory, but for survival. In response, the United States launched one of the most secretive operations in history, the Manhattan Project. Led by scientists like J. Robert Oppenheimer and supported by thousands of engineers and workers, hidden cities were built, entire communities sworn to silence. Places like Los Alamos, where people worked night and day, without fully knowing what they were creating. All driven by one belief: if they didn't build it first, someone else would. Then came July 16th, 1945. A desert in New Mexico. The Trinity test. The first nuclear explosion in human history. A blinding light, a rising mushroom cloud, and a shock wave that shook the earth itself. At that moment, Oppenheimer remembered a line from ancient scripture. "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Humanity had unlocked something irreversible. Power on a scale never seen before. Just weeks later, the war in the Pacific was still raging. Japan had not surrendered, and the United States faced a brutal reality. Invading Japan could cost millions of lives. So Harry S. Truman was given a choice: use the bomb or continue the war. One option promised a faster end. The other meant prolonged bloodshed. But there was a third truth. This weapon had never been used before. No one truly knew what it would do to a city, to people, to humanity itself. At 8:15 a.m., the decision became reality. A B-29 bomber called the Enola Day released a single bomb over Hiroshima. What followed was unlike anything in history. A flash, a fireball nearly as hot as the sun's core, a shockwave moving faster than sound. In seconds, 70,000 people were gone. Buildings flattened. Human shadows burned into walls. A city turned into silence. But the horror didn't end with the blast, because the atomic bomb had a second weapon: radiation. Invisible, silent, unstoppable. Survivors, later called hibakusha, began to suffer. Skin burned, hair falling out, internal bleeding, cancers that would appear years later. This wasn't just destruction, it was suffering that lasted generations. On August 9th, 1945, another bomb was dropped, this time on Nagasaki. Another city destroyed, another wave of death. And within days, Japan surrendered. World War II ended. But peace came with a cost that could never truly be measured. To this day, historians still debate the decision. Some argue the bombs saved lives. They prevented a massive invasion. They ended the war quickly. But others believe Japan was already close to surrender, that the bomb was not just a weapon, but a message, a demonstration of power, especially to rising rivals like the Soviet Union. If that's true, then the atomic bomb wasn't just about ending a war, it was about shaping the future. After 1945, everything changed. The Soviet Union built its own bomb. Then more nations followed. The Cold War began, and with it, the nuclear arms race. Weapons became stronger, hundreds of times more powerful than Hiroshima, enough to destroy entire continents. For the first time in history, humans had the ability to end civilization itself. And here is the truth most people avoid. The atomic bomb didn't just change war, it changed us. It proved that humans could create something capable of total annihilation, something we might never fully control. And once that knowledge existed, it could never be erased. Today, nuclear weapons still exist, more advanced, more precise, more deadly. Yet they are never used, not because we can't use them, but because we understand the consequences. And so the world lives in a fragile balance, peace maintained by fear. A strange paradox, the same weapon that once destroyed cities now prevents global war. And that leaves us with one final question. Did the atomic bomb save humanity or bring it closer to extinction? Because the truth is, it did both. And that is what makes it the most dangerous invention in human history.